This video is explaining why I think James Charles is a narcissist. Listening to Tati's side of the story has inspired me to record this video, which inspired me to look into the characteristics of diagnosing narcissistic personality disorder from the DSM-5. For those of you who do not know, the DSM-5 is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, and it is the criteria in which mental health conditions are diagnosed. The definition of narcissistic personality disorder is a pervasive pattern of grandiosity in fantasy or behavior, a constant need for admiration, lack of empathy, and it's characterized by the following attributes: grandiose self-importance, preoccupation with success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. He believes he is special and unique and can only associate / be understood by special high-status people or institutions. A need for excessive admiration, sense of entitlement, interpersonality, exploitive behavior, lack of empathy, envy of others / thinks others are envious, and demonstrates arrogant or haughty behaviors. Why do I think James Charles displays these behaviors? Well, going off of Tati's account of her interaction with James, I have noticed a few things that stood out to me. She talks about how James talked about sex at her birthday party and at dinner with his parents, and how she thought that was completely inappropriate. And this highlights narcissistic behavior because James thinks he is above everyone else and that he's okay to say these things in mixed company, that the focus should be on him, and if he says anything, that it should be something that shocks others and gets their attention and potentially makes them envious if these sexual exploits are something he's proud of, or if they're not, it's to gain empathy and sympathy to increase his power and make him look like he is more than he is. He showed no loyalty to Tati nor to his fan base, which plays into the idea of being obsessed with power and being obsessed with one's status rather than where he has come from and the people who supported him and watched his videos and helped him gain the AdSense revenue that supports his life in LA. Tati highlights his lies and manipulation and how he denies the contract with Sugar Bear Hair ever being drawn up and says that it's all as his Instagram story depicted, that he has the receipts to show it, and it wasn't this ploy to pitch their brand or a marketing deal, that it was rather how it played out and that they saved him at Coachella. Tati states that she's afraid of him because he twists and manipulates her words and paints her as she isn't, and she doesn't feel comfortable with his portrayal of her and how he would turn her words into something she didn't say. This is common of a narcissist. They're using anything they can to manipulate people into believing what they want them to believe. If you want to see this, just look at his apology video where he is, honestly, looks like he's going to sneeze, not actually crying, and he's sitting there speaking exaggeratedly slow. It's James Charles, like, we've heard him talk. He's wearing his glasses and they're all foggy to be like, oh, I've been crying, I'm wearing no makeup, I'm shooting this on my iPhone at a hotel, traveling with the money that his viewers have earned him. In fact, Tati was so afraid to interact with James Charles either in person or privately that she said one of the reasons she was posting her video was just to clear up that she was afraid and she didn't feel like she could go and communicate it privately with him. James further highlights this by reaching out to the drama channels first and not facing the problem head on with Tati. He spins it into this ploy to recover his reputation and get his voice out there and squelch hers before she can come forward and explain her side of the story. He doesn't have any empathy for her situation, and he doesn't own up to the mistake that he has made, and rather focuses on himself and his success and his career and doing damage control and putting out fires rather than focusing on his friendship with his mentor who single-handedly helped him reach success. Not saying he doesn't have his own talent, however, through Tati's video you can see exactly how much she and her husband sacrificed. She also briefly mentions that James wanted to start a docu-series exposing the beauty community and how he has felt excluded and that he has had such a rough time with people picking on him. Not to say he hasn't been bullied. However, she highlights that this docu-series is a terrible idea and thinks his idea for it stemmed because he had this mentality that he was above everyone else. He was not only within the beauty community, but he was above them, and he was showing how he was in power and he was the underdog and he overcame it, which is again just showing him focusing on himself, his career, excluding those around him, denying their struggles and how far they worked to get into the beauty community. She also briefly mentions how he wasn't respectful, not only to a fellow beauty guru, I believe her name is Makeup Geek, or his name, I'm not sure, I'm not part of the beauty community, clearly. And this lack of respect just focuses again on oneself and one's importance and how he has this heightened sense of self-esteem and this heightened idea that he is above these people and better than them, and he's earned his success and gone through these struggles, and it's just fed into this ego that has developed into these narcissistic tendencies. All in all, I hope you liked this video. I hope your life has less drama than Tati and James's right now. If you're supporting Tati, hit that like button and subscribe.